All's fair in love and war. Gonna take more than that to stop me.
us. You've been invited into our home, into our heart. Trust in the path and you'll find the answers you seek. Even those who fight against us seek salvation. You're proof of that. We all need guidance in times like these.
So we must be strong. We must be vigilant.
Now you'll see. Now you'll truly understand.
Because those on the outside will see what we have built here together in our new Eden. Love. And they will come. And they will try to take from us all that we have built. To judge me. And judge us. The things that we have done. People say that I'm crazy. But when you wake up in the morning, you look at the same news that I do. Do your eyes not fill with horror? This is the world? This is the world we built for our children? Communities being torn apart? Walls being erected because leaders are too impotent to act. Bullies are too addled to lead righteously. I did not ask for this. I was chosen. See, everything is coming to an end. You can feel that. I know you can. See, mankind is weak and vulnerable. And we are hurtling towards our destruction and no one is willing to do anything about it. I can see that. You can see. But we are not crazy. So what are we supposed to do? We just sit back and await the inevitable? I claim to be a perfect man. But I saw what was coming and I chose to act, to lead. Because society is broken. And the only way forward is to go back to the way things once were. Innocent and pure. So safe and protected in our garden. I can save you. You have to have faith.
Look! Open your eyes! Give me a adrenaline. Come on. Stop fighting! Come on! Come on, just calm down!
Don't fucking move! I need you calm and still.
Jesus Christ, you scared the shit out of us.
Hey, Sheriff. A couple didn't make it back. Boys said
Anybody grab Burke?
Grady supposedly, but...
Well, where the hell's Grady? Ah, Jesus. No, you just relax. Lie back. I'll see you in the morning. Christ.
You come out of the bliss too fast. Shit's liable to scramble your fucking brains.
Supplies are running low. We gotta stock up while we can. Boy, I sure wish I'd grabbed them corn pads when I had the chance.
I like it. That's cool. I'm really pleased with that. That's like an art piece. I like it. That is neat looking. I'm pleased with that. I think everybody should have their little thinking hole. Do you guys have a dog like that takes their food and tries to bury it under your pillow in your bed? We're in the afternoon now. I'm 6 hours into my 24 hours underground. Well, you can see it's getting dark out there. It's still thundering. I can hear it off in the distance. I don't know if we're getting any rain yet. It's daylight. Well, good morning, guys. Welcome back. Today is a special day. It's a special day because I'm up extra early because my plan today is to spend 24 hours in the spider hole. Now, you're probably thinking that's not a big deal, but the problem is there's nothing really down there to make it comfortable. So the plan today is to make it comfortable. If you guys are just joining us and you haven't seen the previous two videos, the link will be in the description below. You can check those out. There's the original build of the spider hole, and then there's the expansion of the spider hole to make a big, giant, underground, massive room, so you guys can check those out. But today, we're going to do 24 hours in the spider hole. I've got a little bit of housekeeping to do topside before we actually get in. That's why I'm up so early. It's about 7 o'clock right now. I've got about an hour worth of work to do on topside. Sourced all my material. My plan is to get it down the hole and have everything kind of in the hole so I don't have to come up for 24 hours, starting this morning at 8 a.m. and I'm going to last, hopefully, until the following 8 a.m. the following day. I think I have enough provisions. I think I have enough material. I think I have enough things to keep myself busy for the durations of the 24 hours. So let's get started. This hollowed out tree stump is going to be my fresh air intake. Doesn't look out of place in the forest because it is a tree stump. So I've got a little off centered in order for it not to be directly straight down, so the rain doesn't just kind of shoot down there. You want to come down, Bean? Come on. You come down now. Okay. I also have a cellular booster antenna I'm going to stick in here because underground you don't get any cell service.
Deputy, sounds like there's trouble over there.
Armin.
And remember, you gotta burn those bliss fields.
Come on into the hole. All right, well, it's not the most organized hole, but you know, have to do. Bean's already down here. Hey, Bean, what do you think? It's nice and cool. I've got, I think, everything I need to get myself sorted here. I'm going to focus on getting my bed set up and cutting my hole for my vent. And then once I get that set up, I'll be able to put all my junk, my stuff that's over here underneath the bed, kind of as storage. Because yeah, it's not the easiest to work in kind of confined space with all your stuff kind of just laying around. So let's get things sorted out. Okay, it's air vent time. Bean is going to help me cut the air vent in this little area here. I didn't cut it before because I didn't know exactly the height it's going to be. Got my tin snips. I'm going to attempt to cut a hole and then fold the tin open, and that'll allow kind of a natural draft cycle to occur. And if it doesn't work, I'll put a fan there. Before I got down here, I did some planning. I tried to pre-cut everything I possibly could because I really don't want to be cutting down here. The ventilation is not great, and inhaling sawdust is not great either. So I've pre-cut everything, and hopefully it fits, or I'm going to be using the old Armstrong saw. That took longer than I thought it was going to take. As it turns out, everything's crooked down here. I had to cut nearly every single one, but the bed's made. I can't move down here. Speaking of moving, these are moving blankets. And they work really good as mattress pads. I made this just for you. Yes. What do you think? Play down. Yes. Where'd you go, Bean? Emergency calls only. I gotta hook up the cell booster. Bean, what do you think of this? What do you think of the bed? Yes! This is your favorite spot. On a bed. You wanna go sleep? You wanna go sleep now? Yes. Oh, onward. Build something else. Now that I got my bed set up, I think it's a great idea to hook up my communications. By communications, I mean cellular booster. I don't have any sort of connection to the outside down here. And that's partially a good thing and partially a bad thing, because if anything were to occur, there's no real way to call for help. So what I've done is I've hooked up a cell booster, and I've got it hooked up to my EcoFlow. So I've got, so the antenna that I ran down the ductwork pops out of the duct, and I've got it connected to this booster pack here, which gives me LTE service underground, which is really neat. I think one of the worst things about working in such a confined space is trying to find a spot to put everything. It's always, half the battle is organizing stuff. Anytime I'm doing a job at someone else's home, it's always dealing with their stuff. So my tip today is, if you're getting work done in your house, clear the area completely. If you think, well, you know, they'll just work around that table, they're going to use that table as a workbench. Move it out of the space. If you can, just make it blank slate for them. Well, as it turns out, the nature has called sooner than later. I don't have that set up yet. My plan was to take this bucket and sink it into the ground, kind of behind this little shelf here area. And this was going to be my my number 1 and number 2 business bucket. And the plan was to take, or is, to take a plastic bag, a garbage bag, and at a later date probably some sawdust. And what you do is you take your bag and you line your bucket. Because the last thing you want to do with any kind of washroom is, sure, you're on the ground, and sure, if you pee on the ground, it'll just kind of disappear. But that smell never goes away. I'll tell you a story. There was, back in new construction, there was a job I was on, and I'm not sure which trades it was, but they were peeing in the root cellar, which is usually like an unfinished floor underneath like the stoop of a house, and they would go there and they would pee in it. And so anyways, it was cold, it was winter time, no one was the wiser. Anyways, they came and finished the house in the spring. They poured the concrete in the root cellar of this house, and new homers moved in midsummer and was like, what's that smell? And as it turns out, the urine had permeated up through the concrete throughout the entire house. They had to actually chip out the 4 inches of concrete that was in there and remove everything, and like excavate the soil. Like it was just a disaster. The number 1 and number 2, this is the solution for that. And it's, like I said, it's gonna be buried over there. Just excuse me while I pee in this bucket. And if you drank too much coffee and it smells like coffee, you take this and you just kind of fold it up like that until you need it again. Whoo-wee! I got some more bed boards, so I figured, why not more shelves? Oh no, we got a leak! That's not cool. Well, I guess that's how she lives now. I've been meaning to replace this guy because it's old. I can't even remember when it was purchased, but I believe we had it when I was a child, so it's probably got to be more than 20 years old. I was checking out over on Cabela Bass Pro Shops. They have the GSI Water Cube, and I'm a pretty big fan of those guys because you can replace them. They're kind of inexpensive. I think they're like $10. I think when you're dealing with water, you kind of better be safe than sorry, and especially in this case, this one's leaking, so I'll probably end up picking up a couple of those guys just to kind of store down here. Well, it ain't much, but you know what? We made it ourselves. The old fresh bread egg sandwich. Anytime you got fresh bread, fresh eggs, you don't even have to toast the bread. It's just delicious. Probably lava, but Chippy. He's like, I want some. And an egg roll. I don't know if that's appealing to some. It's kind of tasty. It's crunchy. It's like a little cookie cracker thing, and it looks like there's cheese in there. It's good. Don't make a mess of it. She won't eat it. Nope, she's not a big fan of the egg roll. I'm saving my coffee for my afternoon coffee. It's about noon, although I can't really tell. We're quiet down here. It's gone up in temp. It's 57.9 degrees. For longer you're doing something, it's nice and refreshing. Yeah, so we got some pretty good progress so far. We've got the bed set up, so if we decide we just want to go to sleep, we can, which is always most important whenever you're setting up camp. Get the bed set up first. It's also important if you're moving. Always first thing you install is your bed. So when you want to quit, you just quit and go to sleep. All right, let's get going. Next project. This video is sponsored by EcoFlow. Now you guys may know that EcoFlow is one of my favorite products. I have EcoFlows in pretty much every building I build. Now, EcoFlow has stepped up their game with their new modular system, which is a sort of a turnkey solution to solar powering your off-grid or your van or your RV, even a tiny off-grid house. I want to give you guys a little bit of a tour to show you guys just how easy it is to set up your very own solar collection system. This is the EcoFlow modular system. By modular, I mean it comes with all different parts that you need to set up your very own solar collection system. Let's start with this guy right here. This is the EcoFlow Power Hub, and what's great about this thing is it's the central brain unit of the system. It has 3 ports for your solar collection. You got port 1, 2, and 3, and then it also has 3 ports for battery storage banks. Currently, I have 2 batteries hooked up. I have a total of 4 kilowatt hours worth of batteries. You can go up to 15 kilowatt hours. It also has a port here. Maybe the sun's not shining, you need to charge up your system. What you can use is the smart generator port. EcoFlow has a smart gasoline generator. It also has AC in. Say if this thing was portable and say you were driving a van or your camper and you had shore power, you can actually plug it into line voltage and that'll top up your batteries as well. It also has your AC out port, so if you want to connect directly to the system, that's how I currently have the Cube powered, is I have it plugged into this port right here. There's other options over here for DC out. So if you run in your camper and you have your DC lighting and your DC appliances, you can connect them here. You can also connect your AC out to its own disconnect panel with sort of like a pony panel, so you can have your system run that way. The other neat thing about this system is that it's all controlled by this thing. I call it like the thermostat. It looks like a thermostat, but it tells you everything you need to know about your system, from the input voltage, the input wattage that you're getting from your solar panels, how much your batteries have left in them, and the output that your system is currently using. And what's also cool about this is that you can log in through your smartphone. Say you forgot your van lights on and you're draining your batteries and you're away from your van, you can log on to the app and you can actually shut it off from the app. Another great thing about the EcoFlow's modular system is it's scalable. Say you need to start off with 2 kilowatt hours worth of storage. You can do that, and then you can add a secondary battery. You can go to 4 kilowatts, and then you can scale it up as your demand increases. Out here I have vertical mounted solar panels. I got 2 100-watt panels, and that allows me to catch my morning sun when it's low on the horizon. I end up collecting a lot of juice that way. Big thank you to EcoFlow for sponsoring this video and for being a longtime sponsor of my video. So if you guys are looking for a very easy, no hassle solution to off-grid power, visit their link in the description below and check out their modular systems. Well, as much as I like having a dangly light bulb in the ceiling, I think I can do a little bit better than that. So I have a plan which involves an old wire spool. And my thoughts are, am I going to put it up on the ceiling and kind of give myself 2 types of light. One with a kind of an ambient glow, and the other one has 3 kind of pot lights, which would give me lots of light but also can be dimmed. My plan is to get this thing done before dinner time. We're in the afternoon now. I'm 6 hours into my 24 hours underground. I find it best to keep busy. Well, here goes nothing. Take that guy down. The plan is to lift it above my head and secure it right the center of the room right there. Huh. If I was a little bit taller. One fell swoop. Oh, I don't think so. How'd you hurt your back, Kevin? Oh, I don't know. What about a shovel? Oh. I'm gonna try to set the spool on the top of the rake and then jam the spool up on the ceiling. That sounds like it'll work. Now what? Maybe if I screw the rake to the thing. Alright, rake is screwed to the top. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Tall enough? Oh my. How'd you get squashed by a giant cylinder, Kevin? I don't know. That's where it's gonna live, I think. You're gonna stay there? What do you think, Beanie? You want some coffee? Yes. You don't want coffee. You want a treat. You want a treat? Yes. You want a treat? Well, how about I get a coffee first, and I'll get you a treat, okay? All right, sit then. Sit. I think it's thundering out. I think we're in for a rainstorm. I don't know how waterproof this thing is. Well, you can see it's getting dark out there. It's still thundering. I can hear it off in the distance. I don't know if we're getting any rain yet. I'm not going to peek my head up. Just checking. I don't see any water down here, so far so good. I don't know if you could, well, I guess if you had to. I was thinking post-apocalyptic living in the ground. I think if you kept yourself busy, like if you just kept expanding your tunnel, I'd be like, you know what, today we're digging 5 feet that away. I don't know where you put the dirt, but because you'd have to move it somehow, like get rid of it. If you had to stay like in the hole for, you know, months at a time for the radiation to kind of go away. For a while, I don't know. I think you could, you know, you'd probably occupy your time with, you know, I don't know, collecting rocks or something, or polishing rocks, or making sandcastles. I guess if you got everything set up beforehand, you know, you have your collection of DVDs maybe. That's something I should have brought, which is a DVD player with my my collection of DVDs. As it turns out, there is good cellular service down here. The wife was just calling me to see how I was doing. She was checking in to see if I'm okay. So it works good. Yeah. What was I saying about the DVD collection? I actually ended up doing a rental clean out, and in the basement, the previous tenant decided to just leave all their DVDs there. They just kind of chucked them. I guess they want to pay for streaming services forever. So I just took them, and I took all the cases and I chucked them and I put them in a binder, and I've got, I don't know, 500 something DVDs. End of Times, I think, is going to be extremely boring And I don't know if everybody realizes that modern life has made it so people aren't bored anymore. There's never boredom. It's always go, 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 do something. You know, there's not like when I was a child, you know, on a summer day, you'd sit around and you'd be like, what are we going to do today? And there was no internet, there was no like even TV, like there was 4 channels or something like that. You had to entertain yourself. You had to go do something. You need boredom. You need that time to just kind of, you know, think, or even like don't think. Just stare at the wall. I don't know. You know, that's how things I think happen is the thought process, not by consuming mindless junk all the time. I think everybody should have their little thinking hole. Do you guys have a dog like that takes their food and tries to bury it under your pillow on your bed? She just licks it to soften it up and then she eats it. All right, we ready to try the lights? Let's see if the glow. Does the glow work? Look at that! Glowiness! That's pretty cool. You can change the color? That's freaky looking! That's crazy! Look at that. Can you see that? What about green? Green? Blue. That's blue. Can't see. Oh, I can change all the colors. That's neat. That's really cool. I like it. And then, this is the ambient glow, and then you can turn the lights on. Whoa! And that's on the dimmest setting. There, if you want to operate in this room, it's daylight. It's also got that warm glow too, which is the 3000 Kelvin. I don't like the other light. What's the 4000 Kelvin? That's more like a doctor's office. This is more like mimics more like daylight. I guess 4000 Kelvin is daylight, but 3000 Kelvin is closer to candlelight. I like it. That's cool. I'm really pleased with that. That's like an art piece. I like it. That is neat looking. I'm pleased. All right, now that we got lighting out of the way, I want to deal with entertainment. And my thoughts originally were to put the TV over here on top of this guy, but I'm gonna actually take this thing apart because I don't want it jutting into the room. It serves no purpose anymore. It originally was serving to keep the tunnel from collapsing, so this little jut out is no longer required. I'm probably going to take it back a couple of boards, at least 3 boards.
I don't know who drove that dredge into Roy's property, but it was enough to make him pick up and leave.
Well, I think I'm going to celebrate my successes with a cup of coffee because that was insane. I'm going to take a little bit of a break before I hook up the rest of it. Oh, got my little Pizzetti. I think it's a Pizzetti. It's like an espresso maker. I think the wife got it at home since everybody asks about this thing. It's like a 1 cup espresso maker, and you basically fill the bottom up with water, just like that. I think this little fill hole to the side. You fill this little cup up with coffee, so like that. All I know is I like my 3 o'clock coffee. So there we go. So we got our coffee in there. Put that on top of there. And then you screw the lid. And in this case, we put it on the induction range. And we turn it up. And we got coffee very soon. There's so much more room for activities now. Look how much extra room I got. I got like over here and over here. I'm pretty excited about that extra room. I can get all the way to the wall, which my bathroom is going to go right there. I just got to dig that out, and yeah, we're moving right along. Bean, what do you think? Bean's settling right in there. I got my TV set up. That's important to keep myself busy underground. I've got my Roku box, and what I'm going to do with that guy is tether it to my phone, and then I'm going to use the cell booster in order to get internet down here, and that's going to allow me to watch pretty much the entire content of the human race. I've got some business to attend to, primarily my toilet. What I want to do is actually sink it in the ground over there, because it's a bucket of pee right now, and I don't really want to accidentally kick it over, and that would just be more of a mess. I've been hearing thunder, so I don't know if we're gonna get a rainstorm, and I don't know how this is going to react underground. If I got far enough underground and there's enough gravel and there's enough waterproofing up top. By waterproofing I mean logs that are going to prevent the water from coming down. So I don't know how that's gonna pan out. Hopefully I don't wake up to water coming through the ceiling, because that would suck. In the spirit of adventure, I'm staying underground. So I'm going to dig a hole in my hole for my toilet. 10 minutes of digging, not bad. Ran into a big rock near the bottom, and it didn't want to move, so I just kind of chipped it in half, which is, I guess, the bonus of having the chipping hammer. But it's gotten hot in here. So I'm getting hot in here, which it's really cool. What I found down there is because I broke through the gravel layer, and I'm into, like, it feels like beach sand. Like, look, take a look at this. Take a look at this. It looks like, it's like sand you would find at the beach. That's pretty cool. You can see the water kind of coming in. It's ever so slowly percolating up through there. That's pretty cool. Maybe I'll try to dig a little further. It'd be cool to have a water hole down here. Inadvertently dug a well. Focus! Why won't you focus? It's like I want to dig further. Like it's just really easy digging. Well, there's a slight change of plans. Well, my original plan was to put my toilet down there, but if I've got a source of fresh water in my bunker, yeah, I'm not going to put my toilet there. I think my toilet's going to be wall mounted and not go in my watering hole, because that's cool. I'm gonna dig down a little bit more to see if I can actually get the base of that thing to fill up with water. The wife packed me a dinner. She's like, I'm sure you can do that. I'm like, well, I don't know. I have pretty limited experience cooking. It's always an adventure when I'm cooking. She's giving me a skillet meals. That's not really a skillet. That's a frying pan. Meal for 4. Well, I guess if you get stuck down here, you got enough food for a while. Remove sauce from pouch before cooking. Did they really have to put that in there? All of the major food groups. We got starches, and we got protein, and we got vegetables. It's all in there. Let's just try it. That's good. That's good. I'm surprised. Let's try a piece of chicken. I think that's chicken. That's surprisingly good. Got my TV all hooked up and it's all tethered. I got my phone over here with my cell booster. I'm getting relatively fast download, terrible upload. I got like 65 megabits per second download, like less than 2 megabits per second upload. So I guess you couldn't upload a video from here, but you could certainly download it. So I've got my brother's channel here. These are the Wooded Beardsmen, and well, I can play it because I won't get copyright infringed. Any other video that I play that I probably can't even play that ad. Skip ads. Oh, look, there's me! How am I on this video? Anyways, I highly recommend those meals in a pinch. Well, not even in a pinch. If you're just like looking for something to eat, that's pretty good. Those Swanson meals are pretty. They're decent. Not much left to do other than complete my task, which is my 24 hours underground. I always forget my pillow. I'm gonna use my shorts. I'm gonna use my shorts as my pillow. What do you think, Bean? You wanna come in? Come on. Lights off. Which light? Convenient for that, right? Hey, Bean, you gotta get. Are you gonna be my pillow? Cause I don't know if it's still raining outside. Bean tends to get really cuddly when there's a thunderstorm. Hey, Bean. Yeah. Maybe it was dripping on her. I don't know. I can see there's a little bit of condensation over there, but I don't know if it's leaking through or not. Alright, good night, Bean. I killed your phone. Oh, good morning. Good morning. It was one of the more comfortable places I've slept. Like, if I chalked this place up to like luxury hotel with noise running down the hall all night, or this place, I would probably stay this place. I would definitely, like, mind you, they have a shower and a bathroom. This place for quietness. I don't know how they don't make hotels quiet. You shouldn't hear people in the hallway closing doors and stuff like that. They should focus more on making the hotels quiet from the outside. Like have an exterior door like you have in your house from the hallway, so you don't have donkeys walking down the hallway. I think I need my coffee before I turn into a cranky reminiscing about the loud stays at the hotel. I think she crept up the hallway, and I think she peed in the just at the entrance of the hole. Hopefully she didn't poop over there. But if you want to see why I didn't turn the overhead lights on right in the morning, watch this. Ah, it's bright in here. Ah. If the caffeine doesn't get you, the sugar still sure does. Come on, Bean. You coming?